Instagram, those of you who are joining me by way of the Thaddeus Matthews YouTube channel. And I'm back in Facebook jail on my main page. I stayed 2 days. I was free for 2 days, but those of you on the church site, I'm still alive on the Naked Truth Liberation and Empowerment Ministry page. So that's where I am on Facebook. I'll tell you when we come on there exactly why I'm back in Facebook jail. But I stayed longer than I expected. I haven't broke my record yet. I think my record is 24 hours. I think I stayed 48 hours this time. So just hold on. We're getting ready to do it. I've got guests coming in on tonight. Anytime you see me on the big set, that means that we're going to have company on tonight. I got a very interesting phone call, and I'm going to talk about that phone call. Is going to be the first thing that we talk about on tonight before I bring our live guests on the set. Got a call from a young man by the name of Rodney Lee. Rodney Lee is the husband of Katrina Robinson, the sister of Cheryl Wright. So very interesting conversation I have with this gentleman. And I'm going to be telling you about it in just a moment. Let's see where I am. All right, I'm on the church. I'm looking at it on the church site. How many minutes we got, Les? Make sure that speaker's up when we go in so I can hear that theme song. For those of you who watch me on Facebook, again, I am in Facebook jail on my page. Let your friends know that we're on the church page, Naked Truth Liberation and Empowerment page. We're going to be getting ready to go momentarily. This is a live television program. Those of you on the various pages other than the church page, I can't read your comments tonight. Dale, are you, which one are you monitoring? Okay. Let's do it.
This program may include strong.
Turn it up for me, Les.
Not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion advised. If you wanna know, ask Thaddeus. If you wanna know, ask Thaddeus. He will let you know. Yeah, yeah. Ask Thaddeus. It's the Thaddeus Matthews Show.
Just when you thought it was safe, it is absolutely, positively not. And good Wednesday evening to you. I am the one and only, I'm Thaddeus Matthews, and welcome again to still the most controversial, the hardest hitting, the most informative, the rawest, provocative, non-filter having television talk show anywhere in the Mid-South, where we also on various social media sites such as Facebook, such as Instagram, and the Thaddeus Matthews YouTube channel, and also on the Naked Truth Liberation and Empowerment church page as well. Let me say this as we start. Normally, I'm on the other set, my set, but when I have guests. Whenever you see me on this set, it means that I have guests in the studio. It's going to be raw and off the chain on tonight. Let me say this, I am back in Facebook jail. I was able to stay out of Facebook jail for 2 days. I have not broken my record for 24 hours, but for 2 days. And let me give you the reason that I am back in Facebook jail. It is solely because I spoke out in support of Yo Gotti and them taking the signs down. For whatever reason they took the signs down, I spoke out against it. I spoke in support of the rapper, the businessman, the entrepreneur, the real estate investor, Yo Gotti. There are those in our community who just have, first of all, they get a problem with me. I don't give a damn. Let's clear that fact up. I don't give a damn about your issues with me. I will continue doing what I do. I'm gonna tell it just like it is. If I step on your toes, you say ouch and move your feet out the way. But when you think that you can stop me, I want you to know that you're limited in what you can do. See, no weapon that is formed against me, you don't even have the power to prosper. I don't know what failure is all about. Defeat, no. The only defeats I know is these with these size 12s on. They're the only defeats that I know. So I am going to continue, and I don't give a damn about all you rabid-ass Christian folk who seem to want to come against me because I'm opening up the mindset of people in this community. I don't give a damn about you. I want you to know, you guys is walking around with these titles, you bishops, you elders, you apostles, all of you Negroes who think that it is not time for people to have their eyes open to what the truth is, even biblically, and what's going on, some of the madness in the churches, then that's your issue, that's not mine. What I always tell you is if you have a problem with me, turn the TV off. Don't go to social media. But you do not have the power, and I want you to understand that you do not have the power to silence me. I'm going to keep on doing exactly what I'm going to be doing, and let's tell it the raw, naked truth. Tonight, I'm going to have 2 guests on site. One is a young lady by the name of Wendy Wilson, who was the former assistant to Lorenzen Wright. Wendy is live here in the studio. I know we talked with her by phone several weeks ago, but she's here live in the studios on tonight. Wendy is the young lady that Cheryl was calling and leaving these messages for Lorenzen, that if I catch him with another woman, I'm gonna him up. I'm gonna F him up. If I see him with another woman, if I think he's got another woman, I'm going to F him up. Well, she did do that, didn't she? But Wendy's here, and she's going to talk about her relationship with Cheryl, and I just think the bitch crazy. Now, let me just go and put it on out there. The bitch is crazy. She's an evil bitch. Yeah, the bitch is evil. She's a demon. She got that killer coochie. I called it last night killer voodoo coochie, because she was able to make all of these crazy men do things that nobody in their right mind would do. Killer coochie. And I told them last night, the men guards down there at the jail east, be careful. Don't talk to her too long. Pass her her tray of soup and stuff through the little jail cell. Don't look at her eyes, because that bitch is evil. She's demonic. She is the daughter of Satan. See, y'all don't want to believe me. She's the daughter of Satan. Don't look at her eyes. And you female jealous, don't get too comfortable. Because see, she know she'll never have another man's penis on the inside of her. So her appetite is going to change. So you women that's guards at the jail east, Y'all better be careful. But you know, I got a call this morning. I was laying in bed. I was resting and meditating, getting ready for the day. And, let me tell you about the other guest. The other guest is comedian extraordinaire, a good friend of mine that I knew before he got famous. Lester Bibbs is also going to be here. Lester was discovered by Steve Harvey at a comedy club that used to be here called Sir Laugh a Lot. He's worked in all of the major comedy clubs across the country. He's appeared on the Martin Lawrence First Amendment stand-up. He's been on BET's Comic View, Def Comedy Jam. He's worked with Steve Harvey. He's also worked with Jerry Seinfeld, George Wallace, Richard Pryor, D.L. Hughley, Cedric the Entertainer, Michael Epps, Barney Mack, Robin Williams, Rodney Dangerfield, just to name a few. He's here. He's on his way to the studios. Yes, he is also in town to do his comedy thing. And we've already understood that the place where he's performing, they don't do no business with me. Hello. I don't promote black businesses that don't work with me. So we will not be talking about, unless I feel good, because he is my friend. I might mention once where he's going to be for the next 2 or 3 days. But the black folk that own this particular club, they don't do business with me. They won't give me no advertising dollars, but they take their money and give it to the white folk. So I don't support black businesses that you just give your dollars to the white folk and you won't even give me none of the money, so damn them. So, but I do support Lester Bibbs. Now, somebody said there's no sound on TV. Are you getting that too?
I just got it.
Is there sound on TV? Is there sound on TV? Huh?
Is there on that one?
Okay. You probably got it from seeing somebody on the church page.
Yeah.
Okay. Turn your TV up. Okay. If you got minutes on your TV, you should have paid your minutes bill because we're coming loud and clear on the TV. But let me go here. I was laying up this morning and my phone rang. It was an unfamiliar number. And sometimes I don't answer numbers, especially early in the morning, that I do not recognize. And the person that was on the other end, I said, hello. Okay? His name was Rodney Lee. That's his name, Rodney Lee. And I said, who are you? He said, well, I'm married to Katrina Robinson. I said, oh, Cheryl's sister. Yes. I said, man, I'm laying in bed right now. What is it that you want? So I can tell you if I need you to call me back or not. He wanted to tell me how evil and maniacal that the sister is. How Katrina Robinson, the sister of Cheryl Robinson, is a gold digger just like her sister. He wanted to tell me that the $1.6 million that Katrina got, some of that money has been misappropriated, and even that some of the monies were used for their wedding. Oh, they had a fine wedding. I got a little tape. They even cut a tape, a production of the wedding. This guy, Rodney Lee, who's 43 years old, he's a chemical engineer. He'd been a chemical engineer for 12 years. They got married in 2016. They're going through a divorce already. Reitman gave up his house. I pulled his house up. He gave up his house, where he already had a house, with his 17-year-old daughter. Gave up his house to get a house with Katrina. They got the house before they got married, because on the paperwork, and I pulled the paperwork. That's there on Ralston, not too far from me. They're going through a divorce for irreconcilable differences. And she already got him out the house. He already out the house, back in an apartment. He says, one of the things that got him, that Katrina got that killer voodoo coochie just like Cheryl. It seems as though that voodoo coochie, that killer coochie, runs in the family. He says, and I didn't call him, he called me. He says that she didn't want to act as though she was married. When they were out amongst other people, she wouldn't introduce him as her husband. He said that she would introduce him as this right now. There you go. This is a Rodney. This Rodney here. This Rodney said that she liked to dress provocatively. She liked to expose herself. And he said he was looking for her to be a wife. They went to Whitehaven High School together, and he hadn't seen her in years. Then when they got back together, she wanted to get married right away. She wanted to get married in 2015 when he only seen her about a couple of months, and she was ready to get married Christmas in 2015. He said, we ain't gonna get married on Christmas. She said, well, you got 6 months to marry me. That killer coochie. Said she got a badass shape, and she do the nasty. Dale, you listening in the car? Okay, I had it on speaker. That Katrina does the nasty girl thing. In fact, he said, I'm a freak too. He said, I like a freak in the bedroom and a lady in the street. And she wasn't being no lady in the street. Her husband said she take these trips out of town like she going to the convention. I'm telling you what the husband said. Said she was going out of town. Said she was going to Detroit. They had just got back from celebrating their 1-year anniversary in Cancun. And she had to go, she was supposed to be a speaker at the nurses convention in Detroit. Good as he felt, he started checking. He found out that there was no convention going on in Detroit by that name. In fact, he ain't on Facebook, but she took one of them provocative pictures in a hotel room with the backdrop of Detroit. He said, now he knew she wasn't dressing like that going to the convention down there to speak to the other nurses and things. She knew that he knew that wasn't it. He believed that she had a secret lover. That's what he said. That's what Cheryl's sister's husband said to me this morning. And I said, well, damn. Well, at least he's still alive. At least he ain't dead. Okay? So, but Rodney, I'm trying to, because we took notes. I had Dale taking notes. But he thinks that, because they got married on 6/25/16 at the Hollering Center. He arrives at the Hollering, I got the video, in a Rolls Royce. Yeah. Let me see, they met 9/15, they met back up 9/15. She was ready to get married 12/24. She wanted to get married for Christmas. She wouldn't do that. So, Shara, in fact, I saw in the video, Shara and her twins were in the wedding. He said the sisters are very close. They act just like that. Now, that's what he said. He sold his house in February the following year. They rented hers out, bought a new house that's appraised at $307,000. Both names on the house, her name first. She's very discreet about her business and her money. But he believes that she has misappropriated some of that $1.6 million that she got from the federal government, a grant that's supposed to go for the CNAs, you know, them people that change the diapers and white booties at the hospital. He believes that some of that money, because they had a lavish wedding at the Hollering Center. He said he told her to be very careful, whatever you're doing with that money. She's paid her part for the wedding, got a celebrity studio and traveling. He says that Katrina used him to get where she is. She's a gold digger. He had the house. He had the good credit. She takes his unaccountable trips alone throughout the relationship. They working on divorce now. She went to see Cheryl last year in California during the summer, probably for the wedding. She filed for the divorce after 1 year of being married. She didn't want to be a wife. She dressed provocative and was flirting. She would be flirting. And again, remember when she introduced Rodney, it wasn't, this is my husband, Rodney. This Rodney. Okay? But he says that he got excited. I was sitting outside the bank. I've been talking to him about 20 minutes. He got excited when he said, she got that killer coochie too. He the one brought it up. I didn't even bring up her killer coochie. He brought it up. He said, and he got happy. He was giggling and stuff. I guess he was reminiscent on the voodoo killer coochie. He said, she got she got that killer coochie. I said, boy, it must run in the family. He said, I'm a freak too. I said, is you? He said, yeah. He said, she do all of them nasty girl things. And the thing that really got him was how nasty, how freaky, how dirty, ooh, that she could be. She just like Sharon. Just like Sharon. He said, ooh, she got one of them bodies, and he just got happy in our conversation. He started talking about how well she could suck a wang with thing. I said, no, boy, don't tell me all of that. He said, but the coochie is to die for. I said, brother, you lucky to be here. But that's what it says. So here she is, Katrina Robinson Lee, because they ain't divorced yet. To put the man out the house. So they got into an altercation at the Spurs and the Grizzly game, and she started telling the police that he attacked her, and when the police got out there to the house, she was pulling all the clothes out, and they took him to jail, but it's been expunged and it's off his record because she never showed up at the house. Old girl then got the lawyer to make sure he couldn't even come to the house. He said his things still in the house. I asked him, I said, you know, Cheryl married Reggie, and she moved on him to with Kevin Cowman, and you didn't have no dog by no chance, did you? Because you know Cheryl took Reggie's dog, so you didn't have no dog. Did you say no? He didn't have no dog. But this is a young lady who's running for state senator. When we get a freak in the house, they do call Nashville the house, don't they? When we get a freak, we get a nasty girl. But what you say, Lester? Well, Lester, I'm telling you, we're gonna get a nasty girl. Her husband, he called me. I didn't call him. He just got happy when he started talking about how nasty she was and how good her coochie is. A husband don't usually tell another man how good his wife's coochie is. I don't want none of it though. And I don't want no I don't want no Robinson coochie. Nowhere. Hell, you might be a distant damn cousin. If your name Robinson, I don't want none of your coochie. It may be to have some of that voodoo magic on it, but do you think she can win the Senate? She will be known as a nasty girl on Capitol Hill. All them white boys going to enjoy her. Come here, nasty girl. I heard about you. Your husband called Thaddeus Matthews, and I heard about how nasty he was on the Thaddeus Matthews show. But his name be Rodney Lee. He's upset. He lost his house, gave up his house. How do you sell your own house? You sell your house, get you another house with. But he was in love. He was in love. He was in love, and he loved that girl. He loved her. And I asked him. I said, do you think, because she ain't hired no lawyers yet, and Steve Faris and the balance, that's going to be about $150,000 to $175,000 easy. This is not going to be a pro bono situation. But I have to say it again, and I've already said it at the beginning of the show. Cheryl Wright is an evil bitch. She's demonic. And again, I'm warning all of you jealous, you men jealous, down there at the jail. When you slide a little tray in the cell, do not look in her eyes. Okay? Do not look in her eyes. You female jealous down there, y'all better not look in her eyes either. She'll have y'all stripping out your Shelby County uniforms and be eating up all the coochie in East Memphis. Y'all better watch that demonic demon. She's from the very pits of hell. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Thaddeus Matthews, the most controversial television talk show host anywhere on the planet. We're going to take a commercial break and set up here on the set. And when we come back, Wendy Wilson and Lester Bibbs will also be on the set. Those of you on the church Facebook page, please know that I am back in Facebook jail on the big page. I lasted 2 days. Those of you on Instagram know that this show only lasts on Instagram for 24 hours. But if you need to go back and view this show. Now, who is this? You don't think this, wait a minute, you don't think this Katrina calling me while I'm talking? Yes? Hello? Is this Katrina? Katrina? I thought that was Katrina calling me. But those of you that want to watch this show again, it will be on the Thaddeus Matthews YouTube channel. It is already showing right now, even on my church site. Let's take a quick commercial break, or commercial break long enough for us to set up here on the set, and we'll be back right here on the Thaddeus Matthews Show. All righty. Let's get these stools for me down. Are we up on the church site?
Yes.
Okay. Lester, how the hell are you?
I'm good, bro. How you doing?
Man, I'm here. Man, quit playing on the motherfucking phone. Okay, you ignorant motherfucker, you. Now, I'm gonna put your number on the TV, 846-3374. Woo! Why you laughing at me? I'm trying to do a TV show. I'm trying to do my damn show. Why y'all laughing at me? Who? No, I don't know her. Did I? Your honey? Who your honey? Do I know your honey?
Come on up. Come on up.
When?
Right, it's the lightweight, lighted shit.
Yeah. Girl, let me ask you something, because I gotta go. Do you have internet? Do you have internet, Killer Coochie? Do you have Killer Coochie?
We'll do a mic check in a minute.
Okay. Well, I hope yours ain't Killer Coochie, baby. All right, baby, thank you, yeah. What's up, Lester B?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
How your ticket selling for your show?
Oh, man.
No?
No, I
Check that
ain't.
mic.
As long as they get your money.
Yeah, I was like, well, and I'm doing
Check that mic for
a
me.
door deal too, because they started so late still, so I'm like,
Well, see, they all spend some money with me.
trust me.
They black people own a comedy club, and they give all the money to the white folk.
You're missing on this big screen there, you're missing Brother Bill.
I'm gonna sneak back in.
Does she need to come around and so?
That should do it right there when I,
Listen,
you see it? I pushed
yeah,
it back.
that's workable right there.
Yeah.
What about,
And then put this right here. That's a little bit.
You're not talking to Mike, though.
yeah, that's me.
That's a commercial?
Yeah, that's commercial run, yeah.
How's that looking, good?
Oh, we ready to go.
Gonna come on back after this done. Thaddeus, wanna come back after this?
Yeah, you can bring me on back.
I wanted a couple of those to feed Sharon. So her sister's running for office
Mm-hmm.
still.
Mm-hmm.
That's bold.
He's covering Ms. Wilson up on my set.
That is a low red flag.
That is,
Yeah,
on my set, he's covering Ms. Wilson up on the screen here.
Oh, I'm sorry, right here?
you got it now?
She need to come over to you a little bit.
You don't need to readjust the camera?
30 seconds.
You don't need to readjust the camera?
We better cut this off there.
You got it now?
No,
Do you need to readjust the camera?
yeah,
Or well, let another commercial roll and readjust the camera?
that's what I'll do.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all you gotta do is pull out on the camera.
Okay, let me go back. All right.
Now you got it?
That's workable.
All right.
But he's still,
I still like that.
so they kind of right together.
Yeah, so you wanna get on this end?
If she goes to you a little bit more, we got it.
Or do you want me to get on the outside?
So he's talking about, he's trying to bring her around to you.
Round toward.
That is just a little bit toward you. Let me help you out. That's not a whole lot. But when you straighten an angle like that, you start to move up. Okay? That's okay. Now, that's gonna be workable if you fit right there. Be careful. All right, let's see what we got here. Good. Yeah.
They did a good job on the commercial with the color. And you stand out on that. The way they laid it out, that's cool.
It does look good.
Yeah.
Well, they wait some week to start moving the show.
They didn't book it until like week before last. And once it was booked, week before last, you called me. I guess somebody had a fallout. And I thought they wanted to come. I was like, yeah, I wanna come, I always wanna come home. So, now I was originally scheduled to come in August to the Fitzgerald's. Hopefully it's still.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when,
But I'm sure you got enough time out
yeah,
in the contract.
yeah, man. So I'm gonna make sure I get a chance to do what I need to do. Everybody out there in the land. Everybody talking about Birmingham, when you come to Birmingham, I'm coming to Birmingham soon. Leslie, what's up, Leslie?
You can bring me back after this spot.
Frederick. What's brother's name? I don't know.
You can bring me back after this one.
People, please do not call while we are live.
Lean up toward the mic, Ms. Wilson.
Okay.
There you go. If you don't, you're gonna be hit. There you go. Thank you. Thirty seconds.
My sister, hey, T. How Julie doing? Amazing how many places you get to know by heart.
10 seconds. You got 5, 4, 3, 2.
And welcome back to the Thaddeus Matthews Show. And my guest, comedian extraordinaire. And I knew your asshole, you was famous.
Now I get to act light skinned now.
Lester Bibbs.
My man.
What? I remember you just piddling around 20-something years ago.
Oh my God. That was bad back
Hey,
then.
hey, man, but you're out there, you're all over the TVs and you're in here. And I'm gonna do this because I like you.
Oh man, thank you.
Okay, he's gonna be at Chuckles. Now, let me say something to the folk at Chuckles. Y'all a black-owned comedy club. Y'all spend your money with the white folk. Every week, y'all promoting your various comedians. Here I am, a black man in business, and hell, I got the largest audience in town. So damn, I don't know why you don't spend your money. But see, because I like Lester,
Thank you.
and we've been friends for a number, when he was poor.
When I was broken in the Ten Commandments.
Yeah. You carried them up there for Moses, didn't you?
Yeah, man.
So, I'm gonna mention, and that he's gonna be at Chuckles
Yes, sir.
tomorrow night,
Tomorrow night, Friday night, and Saturday.
Saturday night. So, what time is the show?
7:30 tomorrow, 7:30 and 10:30 Friday and Saturday.
What time Saturday?
Saturday, 10:30. I know you got me. Well, this whole show gonna be dedicated to Sheriff.
The whole show gonna be dedicated, you got some Cheryl jokes Saturday night?
I got a few things to get off my chest. I gotta do a couple of other things.
Can you,
right?
can you
Got a few
give me a ticket?
Oh, yeah, I got you covered. Oh, you got it, whatever you need.
And I need from, I ain't used to sitting over there on the front row.
I got you. girl.
Okay. Hell, I can't sit back there in the damn poor folks section.
No, you go.
And also, can y'all see Wendy, your head kind of.
Yeah, my head big as hell. I look like a big old black gumball machine. You be like, when you move your head, so we can
Also,
see when.
are you sitting up?
Can you-
I'm
can you
looking at
see
the
it?
monitor.
Okay, scoot over forward.
I keep moving,
She
oh,
said,
really?
your head big as hell. Doctor. Do something like that.
Can you come around here a little bit closer, Wendy?
Oh, man. Today was a travel day for me too.
Was it?
Yeah, man. Went from Atlanta to Charlotte to.
Man, what do you think about what I just said about, Cheryl's sister, man?
Oh, man, oh,
Her husband called me and said she got that killer coochie too.
Yeah, he gotta watch out for that, man.
Oh, well,
Woo, Killer Coochie, and Sharon took Killer Coochie to a whole nother level. She was like, damn. I wouldn't want this Rumpelstiltskin Coochie, that right there, man.
I don't even want no coochie named Robinson.
Oh, nothing. I don't want no Coochie named Robinson, I don't even want anything, no water from him, almost nothing. They ain't talk to me about nothing. Hey, I'm
But
rocking,
you and Lorenzen were,
That was my boy, man. That was my boy.
how far back do y'all go?
Oh, man, I think when I met him, he was 14. 14 years old, yeah.
That's been a while.
He was young, man.
Okay.
He was young. He was getting women in, man. With Lorenzen, I'm gonna tell you. Lorenzen, he came to my house in Atlanta one time when I was living there. And he bought these pizzas, it was two.
Oh,
Big,
two
large
pizzas.
pizzas from Pizza Hut, meat eaters. I remember and I was like, oh, cool, he got food. I go upstairs, take a shower, I come back, the pizzas gone. I'm like, Rain, what the pizza? He's like, no, man, those were mine. I was like, damn.
He ate both the pizzas?
He ate them both. He ate them both, then we went to Magic City, then he.
That was the Magic City.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna cut that conversation off right there.
Did he make it rain?
He made it rain and he probably ate something else. He made it rain.
Okay.
I wish he had stayed with that girl from Magic City, he'd be still here. Sharon, the girl look like, well, what Sharon look like with that twisted, she like $5 bill.
I don't think she really sick. I just think she saw so many of them things on, and she had it over here in this jar. Okay, sometimes you have a favorite side,
Yeah.
and she put it in her mouth, and she always keep it on this side, and she had it in there so long that her face just dropped. Okay.
Oh, man. You be like, hey, Sharon, I am a mother, a artist. You be like, oh.
But the mouth couldn't have been too bad. Wendy Wilson is also here. Wendy, what was your position with Lorenzen?
I was Lorenzen's personal assistant.
Are you picking her up good? Lean into the mic a little bit. Use his person. So what was your job with Lorenzen?
I handled everything from travel, arrangements from the administration of his business. I hired a maid and a housekeeper. I hired certain positions for the restaurant as well. So I screened candidates for hiring.
In the restaurant?
Yeah.
Here in Memphis?
Yes, it was a 3101 South Minute Hall called Renz and Rice Sports Cafe.
Show up. Okay. Wasn't it where, what's the name? It was something else at one while.
I forgot what it was.
Tony's.
It was Tony's.
Yeah.
Tony's, cause I was a Tony's Bar and Grill on Minden Hall and Night On.
Yeah, 'cause I know a girl that used to live in those apartments. She used to work at, never mind, we talk about
Yeah.
it.
She gave you free chicken
She
wings.
gave me free chicken wings. She ain't had no killer. She could cook.
But in your capacity, You work very closely with Lorenzo.
And as a matter of fact, that's how we met around
That's
that
how we
time.
Where?
Yeah.
Yeah, cause Lorenzo stayed around the corner from me.
Okay.
And I
Yeah,
was
we was
right there
on South
too.
Lynn, she was
Yeah.
right
Okay,
there.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
she was right there.
Okay.
And that's how I knew when that spot, that's how I knew the whole history of where they found them. I knew that whole history of where, you know, cause we chatted up.
I would always
And that was
kind
his
of
spot
stop,
when he was young to
stop
go
coming down.
that little road, that little
That was his freaky spot.
Yeah, I pull over, go ahead, girl, come on, you know, give me some sheriff, you know?
So it is, that was his freaky spot with Cheryl, right?
Yeah, that was it. That was
When they
the
wanted
spot.
to do it outdoors,
Yeah.
that's where they went.
Yeah, me and Mario Martin, we, both make a joke about that,
Mhm.
way before all this happened about that spot. You know, give a blanket, some wine and whatever else you need.
It was a scary place. I
It
mean, I
was,
didn't
it was
want-
scary, but you know,
I
if
would
you're
cut
familiar with it.
through, coming from Deborah's house, cause her
Yeah.
house was right there.
Yep,
First lane.
right on the
And
other
that's
end.
the only, and I took the cut one time and like, oh, it was scary. It was like, it looked like dead bodies were back there.
Yeah, it was
So who
different.
would wanna be there?
I mean, when you're young, and you coming through there and you can't get a hotel, you be like this. You wanna pause for about 10 minutes, keep the lights on, and if you see another light coming, hopefully it's a motorcycle.
But in that being their spot,
Uh-huh.
and we'll go back to the phone calls in a minute. How do you think that particular night, because last night, I played the tape of the 911 call.
Yeah.
And someone had mentioned to me, because I already knew the police already have her at the scene.
Yeah.
But when you go back and you listen to the 911 call, and I played it last night, I even had a guy to do some things with the audio today. I never paid any attention to the talking part. Okay?
You could hear.
And you can hear him say, damn Cheryl,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
okay?
Man.
Yeah.
How do you think, and both of you knew him well, how do you think that she got him to that particular spot on that night?
Well, she promised to do what she would do always over there.
Yeah, keep in mind, they were broke up, you know, and he wasn't, you know, he had, the girl he was
They were
seeing.
divorced, they were divorced at this
Yeah,
point.
and the girl that he was seeing, then.
Alex
She
Bradley.
is pretty and nice.
And then just not just that one, but.
So
I mean, that's what I was.
do you,
He was single, he could spread it.
but do you think her killing him was about money or jealousy?
Money.
Both.
I think a bit both. She was really insane. Matter of fact, that day I left his house and I told you about what he was saying, I don't feel safe, that's when she was like, these people have been calling and leaving messages on the machine. And I was like,
I
what?
told Lester.
Cause it was right after his baby had
Yeah,
died.
yeah, and you remember I was like, I'm so scared, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, they were looking like
What did the-
Malcolm
what
X.
did the baby die from?
They say Sid's.
They say crib death,
It
but
was
you
just
know,
past
I
that
don't.
stage of, you know, a baby
That
at that
was-
stage.
I think Sid's is what, 3 months?
Three,
old?
yeah, 3 months.
How old was
She
the
was
baby?
11 months.
Yeah.
11 months?
Yeah, so.
Hmm.
He wanted to see her, you remember that, and they wouldn't allow him to see her.
Why?
I don't know, but they.
So this was the baby.
His
and
baby
This was his baby, and
was not allowed
what
to see.
what year was this?
That was in 2003 or 4.
Yeah, somewhere in there, yeah. Because
Okay.
Langston, wait a minute, it's
Were they
it's
separated?
about 2005.
Okay.
Were they separated?
No, they
No,
was
still
together.
together, trying to hang
So-
together.
It was when they-
Are you saying that when the baby died, he wasn't able to see the baby?
He wasn't able to see the baby, that's what I had heard, and I was coming, like, I lived around the corner.
Okay.
So I would go around, chit chat with him and stuff, because he was going through that little Malcolm X looking phase.
Not
I mean, you know, when he had that, this shave, he looked just like him going there. And I was teasing him about it, and I was like, hey, man, yeah, how you spirits, because I knew about the baby. And he kind of raised his head up, and he was like, bro.
But Lester, do you remember when they had the funeral in the house? She demanded to have the funeral in the house.
Yeah.
That's when I.
The baby's funeral?
Yeah, they, you know, kept the baby there overnight,
Yeah.
and so I got off the train at that point.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, man.
So, I mean, your baby died, did the baby die at the house?
Mhm.
The baby died at the house. When they came, was he at home?
No, he's
Was
at
he-
in the away
Lorenzo was
game.
out there?
He's at an away game.
Yeah, because I was out on the road.
You
too.
were as well.
Yeah.
And when he came in the town, after hearing that his baby died, He never saw the baby.
He
I
asked
think, I
to
think
see baby.
he knew that his baby died right before the game, when, after the game was over.
Yeah, and he
They
went-
knew before the game, but they didn't tell him.
He went straight to the morgue. He
Yeah.
tried to see, they wouldn't allow him
They wouldn't allow him at the morgue.
to see baby.
So they had a funeral for the baby, and they had the funeral at the house,
In the living room.
in the living room.
And the wake as well.
Oh, man,
They had the wake and the funeral in the house.
yeah.
A little weird.
Yeah, it was very, I had never, yeah, it was very strange. That was what she wanted now. He didn't like, that's what she wanted.
How possessed was Lorenzen with Shelley?
What do you mean, how consumed was he?
Yeah.
He really, to be honest with you, he was there for the children.
That's-
You both know it.
I was just about to say, I was like, you gonna tell the truth, or I'm gonna lay it out.
Lay it out.
Real.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, when you're in a relationship that you
And
really
he
don't
just
wanna
went-
be in,
Yeah.
and you're unhappy, but you have a family.
But he didn't wanna
sometimes
leave his children.
People stay for their children.
And that's what he tried to do.
Yeah, and that's what he tried to do, and then when he finally left and was moving on, she was still at that mode from the outside looking in.
Oh, yeah.
And she was still at that mode where, hey, I'm not letting you go regardless of who you are.
Mhm.
You know?
So whose idea was it for the divorce?
It was
Oh,
his.
yeah.
He allowed her to file.
Yeah, she
And
found, but,
it was such that
yeah, it was his idea.
What, had he just grown tired of her?
he
Oh,
had
there's some
grown.
other stuff.
Yeah.
Like what? What was the other stuff?
Well, do you recall on Alsea Road, what happened that was in the news? Like, where were you
That's
at?
my old, that neighborhood,
Yeah.
so that's the only reason I knew.
You
Which
remember it was-
situation on Alsea?
Well, right after she had one of the babies, you know, and of course, the woman has to, well, cause I don't know if you know, but a woman has to wait 6 weeks to heal. But this is like a couple of weeks after baby, still bleeding and everything, so, you know, you just have to stay in. But anyway, he was looking for her, and she didn't answer the phone, and he had a GPS tracker put on the car.
Mm-hmm.
And, he went straight to where she was, and it was a gentleman's house, where he lived with his mother in South Memphis.
Live with his mama.
You know how you are about that, oh my God.
Wait a minute, okay, go.
Let me finish.
Okay.
And so, he knocked on the door, right, and so nobody opens the door, so. and
You
so-
see his car out there?
Yeah, he sees his vehicle,
Uh-huh.
and he's wondering probably, because of course, you know, you're nursing and things,
Yeah,
and it's time to feed the baby, you know. Women have to lactate and feed the baby, so she was not coming home. So it wasn't that he was jealous, he was like, where's my wife? Has she been taken? She's gotta feed the baby. Well, so the mother was there, and there was a child sleeping in another room. And it's my understanding.
So the mama came in and opened the door.
Right, and she didn't know what it was, so he busted in at that point, boom, you know. And so, is my wife here and all this? Where's your wife? Oh, she didn't know, you just a mom, you know. And my car's out there, would you, you know, so he goes back in the bedroom that was closed. And
She was in the bed.
voila,
yeah, she was,
in that unclean state,
and it was.
And she bleeding.
Yeah,
and going at it.
man.
I don't know for certain.
She giving some
Uh-huh.
blood.
Give us some bloody killer coaches. This thing must look like it's been in a drive-by. I'm sorry.
And it made the news, so it is not
It made the news, yeah,
So
everybody
this is-
knows.
Yeah, this is not slander, this is factual news.
Yeah, it made the news big time.
But it was 2 weeks after the baby was.
Yeah,
We're still stuck on that too.
yeah, yeah. I'm
We
like,
know
oh.
stuff that,
It's just like taking a Band-Aid
And
off.
it's still running.
it's, your man
Mercury.
can't hold all that.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying taking a Band-Aid
It
off,
comes out like-
Mercury.
like-
It was the stuff he would tell me.
But wait a minute, wait a minute. It was bloody, and she gave it to a man. You're married to Lorenzen Wright,
You get
a
the
millionaire ball player,
You go to a guy.
and you go give your coochie to a man that's living at home, your bloody coochie, to a man that's living at home with his mom.
And what about the lady's bloody sheets?
Oh, man.
I don't even think.
They should have been just good. I couldn't eat spaghetti for a year. I just couldn't.
That's the only strange you get in that. But what did he do? Did Did he attack the guy?
I don't think he did.
No,
That's what in his
he
story,
said,
he said.
come on, you know,
Yeah.
he was very a diplomatic man.
Yeah, he was
He said,
cool
you
about
need to come on, we got our baby at home, and that's the right thing.
Well, he told me
Feels
that
like
he told me some other words.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you trying to play
I'm always
something.
trying to protect him.
He said, you need to.
Bring your,
Bitch, you need to bring your ass home. Get your ass in the damn house.
but.
And you got nice palms outside here, in this neighborhood.
She got to share a ride. Come on, this nigga.
But rightfully so.
He got a bike. They paddling together. I'm like, nigga, you in a Rolls Royce, baby girl. You know, this is on front.
Give it,
So
the things he
The
dealt
Lord
with.
still working with
No.
you.
He's working with all of us.
He working with me.
Yes.
He ain't finished with me yet, but while he's still rebuilding, I'm gonna say something else about that dude.
Oh, yeah, I say, yeah, we're a good trio. But I'm telling you, and that's just one of the instances.
Yeah, that's
where he
pretty
called.
bad though, yeah.
What else happened?
Oh, how much more?
Alright, so what's your hope?
You know who you should.
What's your hope?
Never less to go with the next one, because that was my lovely favorite.
Lester, y'all talk, you and Lorenzo
Yeah,
talk.
talk, yeah.
Was she a hoe? Would she screw anything and anybody?
Well, you know, I ain't have to hear from him to hear that part. Yeah, I had to basically, we had to tell Lorenzo, we tried to tell him.
Okay.
All of us tried to warn him,
I talked to
especially
him one
Mario and Monte. They went out of their way and she said, they blocking my stuff, push them out the way. You know, and we used to know, I could name 20, 30 other dudes. Easy. Easy, without a calculator that she was running through. I mean,
One
they talk
night-
about Killer Cookie.
one
That's
night
because she got so many press. You keep working out at the gym, it's gonna get strong. It's like she was on protein shakes and everything, put it in there. She was killing. I'm like,
I remember after a game, right, and we would, some, you know, cause it's like, you had to go to work, you remember when we always went to the program right by the house.
Yeah.
And honey, one
Right
night,
there.
and I'm like, you're so tired, how do you have the time as a mom? So I went down one hour, I said, okay, let's get a wrap, get meat, get household cleaning products, get baby snacks, get some milk, and roll on home, come back and do it Saturday, right?
Yeah.
She's on the aisle, hugged up with some other brokey,
In the aisle.
no, in the aisle of the grocery
Oh,
store.
no, it's the Kroger.
At the Kroger, at
There
the
was a
Kroger.
restaurant,
The
I forgot
Kroger
the
right
name,
by
right
our
across
house.
the street from where we live.
She would always be at the,
Southway.
Okay.
Right across the street. Well, across the street.
She was in the Kroger's office?
after the game.
After the game. With some other bro dude talking about, you better hurry up and paddle your bike home, cause I gotta get back to my millionaire husband, cause I'm cheating with your broke ass.
So she likes screwing broke men.
She just, I think in my opinion, she just likes screwing. I mean, she came to the barbershop one time, it was out east, I'm saying that.
New York?
I think it was
Go live at Depot?
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
She had all just
It was
out.
what?
It was like a fishnet, but you could see, you know, at the club.
The titties were showing?
Man, and I didn't know one of them was like longer than the other. I'm looking like, damn, man, it looked like a sock with the elastic on. So I'm like, and she sitting there waiting, you know.
Who's she waiting on?
She had the barber, she was waiting on her.
Uh-huh.
But I'm like, where the keys?
Tavia?
Wait, no, not that one. She must have some with barbers too. No, but not that one. Speaking of Javio, my son and management was talking, my son told me that he had inboxed a message, right? And,
He inboxed your son.
inboxed me.
Oh,
And, my son, you know, my son on my page sometimes, other people be on the page, and he handled it well for 15 years.
Dale, are you on the church site?
He was like,
No? Take Greg off. Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
no, he did, and he said, you know, I think the message was, let me go to, but his message was, I know, Lord, work with me.
No, I'm just saying, he messaged, inboxed your son, again, I know you were,
Well, cause I know Langston, he might be young, but he,
sure.
boy, sometimes he handles stuff better than I do, and I'll be like, damn, how come I didn't think of that? No, I'm sorry. Here it is. He said, hey man, Tavio called me. He gave the number. He said, I know you coming to town this weekend if you need to get chopped up. And then my son replied, this is his management. He has a barber in Memphis he uses. but I do know he wants to talk to you, he made that very clear.
You know, the problem that I had
Well, I mean,
with,
you've never let him cut your hair, right?
He used to cut, I went up there a couple of times. Tavio used
but
to
the
come
problem
out.
I had with Tavio and that group up there was after Lorenzen was missing,
Yeah,
they said that he had been to the barber shop.
that's what I was wondering, yeah.
Okay, they
That's
said they
my
had been there.
conversation, that's what I was.
Then the days changed. They said, well, we got our days wrong. But they also said that he left in a gray older model car.
Which was like that car that they were describing.
Right. So who was in the car? And he didn't want to give the police all of the information. I think that there are more people involved in this than we know. And pull that mic to you just a little bit. Okay. That there are more people involved in this than Cheryl and Betty Ray.
Oh, yeah.
But when you were saying, when these calls start coming in to you, were they divorced or was this prior to the divorce?
That was prior to the divorce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was Cheryl saying when she would call you?
First, it would start off,
You still got that stuff you let me hear the time?
I turned it to the police.
Oh, you gave it to the police?
Yeah, cause I let let's not forget,
I
I
was-
let everybody.
I know, I was listening to it, I was like,
But
man.
wouldn't she be?
I couldn't hardly understand. I'm sorry, I live,
But you know what? She would go, at first she'd be real nice, right?
She started off with me.
Hi, it's like somebody else takes over. Hi, I just wanted to talk to you. Are you getting ready to go out? You know, if it was not late at night, well, you know, if you were, cause I had a life, you know. Well, can you talk to me till you get ready to go? I mean, I'm just so upset. I just don't know what he's doing. You know, and from there, and cause if I catch him with anybody, I'm gonna, you know, it just went from,
Calm to crazy.
so was there some things going
I
on,
used to
this kissing?
date somebody who had an alcohol and drug problem, you know, she had a cocaine problem.
Okay.
And she would
And
start
was it
off
like
like that.
that?
She would be so nice. You see the girl when I first met, she was pretty, nice, like, ooh, I like this.
And it would, if you
We didn't
didn't, if
even
you
take
didn't
a
have
date.
the phone.
When it was like, I was like, I don't think I could do this. I
There
don't
would
think
be
I could.
times where she couldn't reach you?
She would go, man, if she couldn't reach me, she would go from 0 to 100 like
Real
that.
quick.
So do you think that Cheryl was on drugs?
In my opinion, yeah. I mean, you know, who holds it not like that? I mean, that's coke, you know, I mean, people free
That's
days, all that
cocaine, that I've
stuff.
never even-
So that's what I'm saying. I've seen Scarface, I've seen Little Blow, I've seen Little Pookie on the corner. All of them got that same little, you know what I'm
That's what
saying?
it is.
Yeah. So it's all that whole little crooked thing, and then other
So let's,
things. So
as
I can't say for sure, but in my opinion, hell yeah.
okay, people ask me this question, and I might be biased. Dennis has asked me, you know, you're a man, and you're both our friends.
Mhm.
Do you, and you knew her, do you think that she thought that he and I had something?
I barely spoke to her at all. If I saw her.
I'm just
it was
saying,
like-
but
But see,
So.
they
but-
always
but-
think it's the assistant now.
Yeah, but you know, it's like, I don't know if she thought that because she never said that to me.
But she, just anybody should do that.
But she was, you know, I'm put it like this, Loren wasn't an ugly dude.
Right,
And so he had women coming after him.
Plus he's a
Left and
millionaire.
right. And a millionaire.
Could have
You know
whoever
what I mean?
wanted.
Yeah, you're a millionaire, come on. If Lil Wayne can get something. You see, it's like a little termite with brains.
Yeah. So was she jealous of you though, too?
She never got, I was one of those that she would get out the way because it was sort of like when Suge Knight was singing. He'd be like, I ain't gonna mess with you. Cause some people you know, oh, I be just as crazy as you, don't let the smile fool you. I will fold his ass
So
up
you
like
think
a
she
pig.
did that to me because I, you know, look like
I,
her?
I think that any woman that feels a threat to her money, because that's basically, we
So,
used to tease.
okay.
That was what we call, we used to tease and call them the ATM. That was a little inside joke.
Okay.
You know, it'd be like, oh, ATM, go on over to you.
Because you know her name wasn't on the check.
No, I know, remember, we
what
talked
check?
to him about all of that, man.
Her name was on his money, her name wasn't on.
No.
So she didn't have access
correct?
Not to the account that I was aware of. Now, she might have had something else set up or what have you, somewhere.
Okay.
Because, you know.
But where the big money was.
No.
Big money, no, but she had, right.
So do you think that that bothered her,
It should
that
have.
she didn't have access to the main money?
I believe it, I mean, come on, if you use somebody like an ATM, and every time you look up, you know, no, this is my money. You know, they got new names for what they call them, sugar daddies now. They call them sugar daddies, they call them, back then, my sponsor, they all got
Uh-huh.
something. And if this is your money, it's just like your job now, because, you know, she don't went professional with you.
But think
It's
about
your job now to make sure that you keep other people out of your money. So anybody come in like a threat, you gonna be like, oh, I need to bag this person out. I need to bag. It could be male, female. You could be a smart male friend and go, hey, I see something wrong there. Get rid of it. Just like you did with
So-
Mario and Monte. Or,
But she couldn't quite get rid of me, could she?
no, well, maybe you had some killer too. I'm just joking. I'm telling you, you probably got
So silly.
But let me ask you this.
So silly.
When Cheryl was making the threats, and she was calling you, and you were hearing the threats and of what she would do to him if she caught him with someone else, did you ever believe that she was serious?
Oh, I believe that she was very serious. I let him hear too. I forgot that I let you hear too, Leslie, because I was a little shaken up because, you know.
So was this?
You were more than shaking.
Was
You
this?
called the house and said, come here.
Was this an ongoing?
It went on for a long time.
He had a few times, yes.
Yeah, she
When that time I told you that he said he didn't feel,
safe.
yeah, I was trying to say
So,
it in the nice way.
but wait a minute, if he didn't feel safe,
What did you
and I need to go
He
to.
never would open up.
I need to go to commercial break, but I wanna come back.
Stay right
Well,
there.
If he didn't feel safe,
Why
why did he go to the woods with her? We'll hold it.
That's what I wanna know too.
We'll talk about that when we come back from this commercial break.
But you know what?
My theory is they marched him.
That's,
That's exactly my plea.
you think so?
I think they marched him up there, cause then he was like, hey, and he looked like, oh, goddamn. And then you pow, pow, in the shot. I listened to that over and over and over.
So you hear the name Cheryl at the
I
beginning too?
heard.
What you calling that? Sure. That's what he is saying, Sherry. Sure. That's what he calling her.
They go, Cheryl.
Sure.
He said, damn, then I think she was the one that ran up and went, pop, 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 pop.
I
All
don't
of
know
these to
the
the
side.
face.
I think her.
All of these to the face. I'm
After
assuming
he
that
was
was.
already down, she probably stood over and said.
Kept going, yeah.
I'm gonna say something for when we come back on camera. Cause they're getting the whole free show. Dale,
Yes.
this one over here, the Instagram, come to the Instagram, right? I forgot, we run out an hour over there.
But do you know what though, y'all? As a man, if you, even as a woman of a certain, if you say that someone is hurting you, there's nothing in place to help you.
But-
Nothing.
Yeah, but this is the thing.
And if
She
you're a
gonna
man
try-
like him, they would laugh in his face.
Mhm.
When I went to the police, well, he can handle himself. You know, and now here, and that needs to be something done, because even if you went to someone, and all that, but you've made all this money and you've got family, even though you're taking care of them.
Those of you on Instagram, I forgot about y'all.
Yeah, we see y'all.
Even,
Instagram, I'm sorry, I forgot. I wasn't even looking at the camera. Y'all backed up now.
They mad at you too.
Yeah, y'all stop acting light skinned. You see, we trying to run an organization. Oh, man, that's what I think.
There's no real
I think
help
she
for
was,
you, though.
huh? I think
there's
that
no
was-
real help if you don't feel
And then
safe.
she pulled over and started talking, and somebody came up from another car.
Hollywood like, let's go out here and talk. Let's go out here.
She was like, "They could have
Tell
talked."
her, listen to what she's saying.
For me,
Listen to what?
What she just said.
What you said?
oh, she probably said, like, let's go out, I'm not gonna touch you.
No.
Let's go over here and talk. Let's go talk, and okay, and then we just come, you know, for you, if you want the kids or whatever, but I just wanna talk to you. And then somebody came up and, oh, yeah.
I think they marched.
Come back out the
Because it was so far up.
Huh?
How
Come
far
back
up.
out
He
the
ran.
Yeah, he was rolling.
Do what now? Bring me back after this one.
Gotcha.
That's what he was asking.
But I don't think he ran because he went out of breath when he was talking. I think
He said.
Did you get Greg off?
No, he was like,
Somebody.
Stop.
All right, every time you see him
I
come up,
remember that.
whatever he come in for, get rid of
it
it.
over and over and
I
over.
just was able to listen to it recently because it just,
It was rough for me, but I had to keep listening to it because I was determined. That's why when I was on that show the last time, right before they picked it up, he was like, "Where is she now?" I said, "That motherfucker is real side." I said, I know it. I paid them to keep an eye on
I
her.
think you can talk a little bit louder.
it's okay, I will. Nobody can hear me, okay. You know, whatever happened to the guy, A1? Yeah.
I ain't
Who's
one.
in California?
He's in Cali now.
Yeah, so she ran to California.
30 seconds.
So-
Okay.
Hmm.
Oh, man.
All right now.
Don't let it get out of hand. That's bananas though.
Have you blocked Greg Hogan again?
Y'all hear y'all my page, I'm going to the other page.
Okay, but have you blocked him?
Yes.
10 seconds.
Who is it?
Some idiot, some.
You got 5, 4, 3, 2.
And thank you so very much. We are back here on the Thaddeus Matthews Show. My guest tonight, Wendy Wilson, the former assistant to Lorenzo Wright, comedian Lester Bibbs, who's in town. He's showing at that place. They won't spend no damn money with me. But he's my friend, so I'm telling y'all, he's over at the club at Chuckles. And I don't know why them Negroes won't spend no money with me. You know, y'all take y'all money to Channel 13 and give them some money. But if Lester was not my friend, there's no way in the world your name would be mentioned on my show. I think you're some sorry Negroes when you, I do. I think you're sorry Negroes that when you take all your money, your advertising dollars, you give it all to white folk, and hell, everybody in town know I got the largest audience in town. I just think that's crazy, but you know, but Lester's her friend, so.
I appreciate that, man. That means a lot, and hopefully they can start changing some stuff around.
They ain't gonna do that. I went to them 2-3 years ago about advertising. We advertise on Channel 13. Okay. And I don't give a damn if y'all tell them. I'm sure y'all, they watch it. Since you're in town, you're on their show. That the only reason that I'm saying anything about him being at the little place out there in East Memphis is because he's my friend. Because y'all ain't gave me a damn dollar. Y'all don't care about black business. Y'all don't kiss ass of white folk. You some white folk kiss asses. And let the church say amen, amen, and amen again. Well, I'll buy some hot wings when I come get that. Okay, they sell hot wings in there?
I'm not sure.
I'll buy some hot wings when I come in there. I got some money there. Okay. We were talking before the break about the fact that Lorenzen was worried about what she do.
Yeah.
All the time.
So if Lorenzen was worried about what Cheryl would do to him, and based on the threats that she had made, that you've given those tapes to the city of Memphis police, how the hell he ended up in the woods with her?
I think they just,
Coerced him and forced him,
I think they forced it. I think she was like,
allured him,
yeah.
and then they
And
took over.
she pulled over, and the next thing you know, boom, he get out rolling.
Probably tried to
All
make
right,
it like it was a
she
carjack.
comes with the story of the 3 men in July in Memphis with 100 and some degrees,
With a coat on.
showing up with trench coats,
Yeah.
showing on the gun.
I knew then, and I was like,
Okay.
that was the first mistake.
But that's her thought process. We gotta know.
She's
Is it?
elementary.
She's not
You
looking on
like
me.
that color, you know, like that.
Oh, no.
Okay.
You
So,
know, how do you, Wendy, how do you spell, you know, all that?
how you spell?
What does this word mean? My phone rang.
That means
What does the
water.
word mean?
That's H2O, girl, that means water.
What does to dispose of something mean?
To do what? Wait a minute.
What does this, to dispose of something mean? And that's what
She graduated from Whitehaven too, didn't you?
I
Or was it
don't know.
Westwood?
Oh, I don't know which one. I didn't even know they let demons in school.
But look.
I like say no, you
Look,
lose.
wait. I'm still trying to see, were they still screwing?
That part, I mean, if you look at what he had in Atlanta, and not only just the one he was in, but the extra, you know, you could,
What about the pretty Oriental lady?
yeah, that's what I was talking about.
I know
That
you
was
trying to
all-
slick-
I was trying to
all
slick
the
say it.
businesses?
Yes.
Oh, he had one of them too.
Yeah,
She was
man.
pretty.
And she
So-
was the bomb.
So how, seriously, y'all doing,
Yeah.
how do you think they got to the woods?
I believe she was, hey, come go with me real quick, I wanna show you something, blah, blah,
We're
blah.
gonna get something to eat.
Yeah, whatever. Get them in the car.
And then, bam.
Why do I wanna go to eat with you?
I wouldn't want to,
You know,
but
well,
you know, you got your
gotta think
kids,
that
you
he wanted
playing
to
and
keep
stuff.
a harmonious relationship because she's the mother of his children.
And his other friend that he was with the whole day, you know, he had been with him a whole day, then dipped over there.
Who dies?
Yeah.
So, Dale, fix this Instagram thing. Her attorney, Gail Mathis, was saying that he was ordered to pay $26,000 a month in child support, and that he hadn't made any payments for 8 months. Okay? We know he had earned about $50 million during his professional basketball career. So, do you think that they went to talk about the money, or?
I think that, honestly, I think that it could have been anything.
I believe she, pretty much.
Cause I don't think it was the money thing at all.
He
Yeah.
gave her lots of cash.
Yeah, and I'm being honest with you, I love my people, and I love, my ex-wife when we were together.
Lean more into it.
I loved my ex-wife when we was together, but I wasn't gonna pay her no $26,000 a month in child support.
Okay.
I can't think of anybody that would want to, but he did it because of his kids. Nobody would want to pay that kind of money.
Well, it said he hadn't paid her attorney, Gail Mathis,
Uh-huh.
that said that he hadn't paid
In months.
in months, in about 8 months help. They had only been divorced about eight months at that time.
Yeah.
Have you researched and found out what has happened to her?
Who?
Gail Mathis.
She's still around.
She's not practicing anymore, you know.
Hell,
No?
she must just left, but she represented my ex-wife.
Really?
When, how long ago?
I'll be divorced 2 years.
Okay, check it out.
Yeah.
There's some different things that developed recently.
Yeah.
And she was still around 2 years ago.
Yeah, man, $26,000 a month. You would have to get somebody knocked off, I'm just saying.
Well, so, I mean, on a serious note, what could it be? And we know that it's premeditated.
It has to be.
We know that she's also charged with attempted murder that they had tried to get
In Atlanta.
In Atlanta, okay? And they missed him somehow in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And this same guy, Billy Ray Turner, is charged in that,
Yeah.
okay? I mean, what's the whole premise of why? I guess that's the biggest,
That's
the biggest
biggest,
question.
yeah, because I'm, to this day, I don't know, especially he was so far up. It was almost exact spot. So either she was luring him out there to talk, and all of a sudden you see these lights coming.
So in the spot,
That's what I'm.
in the spot where they found the body is a little bit up in the area,
Yeah,
okay? Which is probably the reason that, it took 10 days to find the body.
yeah.
Because they had cut the barbed wire the day before, is what I'm hearing,
Mhm.
and put his body over into those bushes that was behind the barbed wire.
Mhm.
I'm also told that somebody cut themselves,
Yeah.
and that the
DNA
piece has some DNA
was left behind.
okay, was left behind. So, do you think that it was just her and Billy Ray?
No.
Or the guy that's also told them where the gun was?
I think not only is those three, I think it's somebody else.
I think it's
To
somebody
move
else.
like that, like a shadow in the dark, you're gonna have to have some kind of connection with somebody that knows some things that can take you in and out of some places. You know, whether it be a cop or what have you, but it's gotta be somebody along those
And
lines.
then he was a big guy, he was very,
Mm,
I'm sorry, he was a very big man, he was very fit and very athletic, very in
Yeah.
shape. He knew this area very well, so it had to be, and it was probably even darker than it normally
Mhm.
was. So you have to wonder, did they have help from other
It
places?
has to be, and not only that, Lorenzo wasn't the kind that was gonna run.
Mm-mm.
So, to the notion here of people going, well, he would probably, no, he could be 20 against 1, he'd be like, let's do it. So, he wasn't that kind of guy, you know.
But when somebody pulled a gun on him,
I mean, see, I'm gonna run. You can be
He was a
like,
very
by the time he get here,
brave
you
person.
gonna be like, where he go? He was
He was
brave.
very brave.
Yeah,
so do you think they were already waiting for him there?
I
they
think
was
two
planning.
might have been there, already
I think they was
hidden,
already planning.
and
She knew
two
where to
came.
stop, she knew the mark.
This is what I
Go to
see.
your mark, this gonna be the fence, when you see that open, pull over here. The
So-
road ain't that much.
So then the other car could not have been up in there because I'm sure he wouldn't have just,
That comes back to those part.
okay.
You have to come through that, in order to get through that gate, it's just that little bar. You gotta have either fireman's pass or police pass.
That was a guy
And I went
That was
through
the guy.
the whole area.
that got
You sure did.
to me through a person I know, who says that he was at the service station, right there at Hacks Cross and
BP.
Winchester,
That BP.
and he heard all this gunfire. He heads back down Hacks Cross, and you know how you can go in there from Hacks Cross?
Mhm.
That there was a car speeding out of that area, down that road,
Yeah.
that almost hit him because it just came out, jumped into traffic, spin tail, and went on up the street. And I go back to the fact of the gray car that left the barber shop.
That's exactly what I thought about when you said that earlier.
But let me just pose a question. How is this gentleman, Tavio, how is he able to withhold information from authorities?
I think this is what happened. I think, you know, knowing Tavia, what little I know, I think
And I don't
he
mean
was
that
trying
in a
to.
disparaging way.
No, you good. I'm thinking, cause I had one of that myself, but I'm thinking, there's a street code, and I think he was basically trying to stay hush and give as much limited information without being labeled as.
A street
Yeah,
code versus
okay.
incarceration.
Yeah. But you know, some people do that, and that's just, and I mean, that's, I think it's dumb.
But
But a lot of people do that, they go by that, and
is
I'm.
that allowed according to?
It's not, I mean, none of it is allowed, none of it, all the way back to the days of Al Capone, none of that was allowed, but people still did it, you know what I mean? People like, well, I ain't no snitch, I ain't gonna do this, I ain't gonna do that. Dude, this was supposed to be your friend. This is supposed to be your boy. It's a person who patronized your business. He was there all the time. Whatever you needed, he was there.
What
So,
happened
of
to
course-
loyalty?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if he did know something, that's what I'm gonna be pissed off about.
Let me ask you this, that was the person that, I've got a copy of his autopsy report.
Mhm.
There was a rumor out that he was involved with drug figures, that he was involved with Craig Pettis, and I do know he sold 3 of his cars to, I can't think the guy's name now, the cousin who was in the game with Craig.
He probably met that person through Dennis, you know, or I don't,
You know what? I believe she had those.
oh, she might, okay, you know what?
You know what, that was her lifestyle, you know, she
Okay.
turned him into, it was a lot of things
Okay.
that he hadn't experienced before he met her.
Okay.
You get a young guy, he's coming in, you limited on set, you know, of course, you ball player, because you ain't been taken to that next level.
But you're
And she
late.
coming in, she's older,
Older lady.
you know, you got some miles on it, you know what I mean? So, you know, the car been driven several times, you know how to let somebody that's, you know, he knew, the seat feels good now, you know, then you driving that car. You leave a few days, come back, see back a little more.
And
Well,
then-
you be like, it's somebody been in your car.
And-
You know what I mean? So it was a struggle
So-
between ego and love and
So,
trying to figure out why she treat him this
Do you
way.
think that the guys that was involved in the drug game, that do, and I know money,
I think-
money talks to money.
There you go.
Okay, money talks to money. Do you think that Cheryl introduced Lorenzen to these guys?
In my opinion, yeah.
And we talking about the guys, House of Dubs, all
Yeah,
of
cause
them,
she probably, he didn't
Now,
know.
who did he get into it with at the house of Dubs?
Kenny Brown.
All right, let's say that
I
again.
don't know him.
Kenny
And
Brown,
what did Kenny Brown do for a living?
he was a dope boy.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, Kenny Brown, and it's been
And who was she sleeping with?
everybody.
All right, I mean, that when he pulled up on, at the,
Kenny Brown.
okay.
And
That's
see,
what I'm saying.
What is
and-
House of Dubs? What is that?
House of Dubs
I used
was-
to think it was where you could go by, never mind, but go ahead.
House of Dubs was where you could go and get your car, you know, when the cars had all them colors, where they would change colors, and you get the big rims and
I
stuff.
just keep whatever rims on my car
It was,
reserved.
it was across from, it's named something else now.
Okay.
Across from the,
Winchester?
on Third,
No, no.
on Elvis Presley, Bellevue on that end,
Okay.
across from the Bulk Mail Center.
Okay, that's why. I
Okay.
remember that.
And it was all out there on the street
Huh.
that he was looking for her.
Oh, again.
Again.
Oh, man, where is
And-
Stop now.
And he pulled up on her, and you said he had GPSs on his
Yeah,
car.
he had to keep that going.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he had them on all his cars.
Yeah, all his cars.
Okay.
Keep it.
So
I
he
think that's
pulls
his
up,
stuff to the phone.
he pulls up
Good thing that company didn't have booze.
from what I gathered off the street, that he pulled up to the House of Dubs, and she was with Kenny Brown.
Yep.
And there was a scuffle, there was a fight that took place between him and Kenny Brown.
Yep.
Now, I go back, you've heard about Abigail Noah,
Yeah, that's my girl.
You
the
know
cycle.
her?
I was the one that helped her. Every time she got off on something, we were together, we
She's-
could click, and so we was on
She
point.
says that when Lorenzen
She
came to
is
her
accurate in more than anybody.
in the spirit world, and remember,
I was the one that said first.
well, in the spirit world, 2015, she named Billy.
She named everybody.
Yeah,
Okay. And she says that Kenneth Brown was there, and that Lorenzen not only says that Cheryl was there, but it says that Kenneth Brown was there.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, yeah, that.
Now, Lorenzen was a big fella.
Yeah. it was
So
He was
okay.
about 7 feet tall, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
he was. I was 7 feet. right?
200 something pounds.
Yeah.
Okay,
He was
so
6'11",
7
feet.
7 feet.
yeah.
Six
They
feet,
had-
shoot.
They had already cut the fence and put him over in there. It took more than one guy, cause now you're dealing with
Yeah.
dead weight.
Yeah, heavy, got
Yeah,
drag fun,
you're dealing with
put it
dead weight.
all the way up there.
Do you think that when we hear about her burning clothes at night,
She was getting ready.
I mean, well, having a burning,
Yeah.
with no barbecue, do you think that she was burning clothes?
I think she was burning whoever helped her clothes and her stuff and getting rid of the gun.
Well, let me
and everything.
just bring you all to another,
And come up a little bit further.
I'm sorry. Let me bring you all to it is a ritual, in the summer, and if, after things like this happen, to burn the garments.
Yeah.
Google it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's some sort of ritual as if to hell with.
Ritual for who?
No, I said ritual,
For who?
a ritual for witches.
For witches?
So you mean you can rub a coochie and it'll turn into a black cat?
I mean, the burning of the deceased belongings. Yeah, the burning of the deceased belongings
Yeah.
along with everything
That's
else.
what witches do.
Yeah, that's a very much, you read it, it's witchcraft.
Man,
Very much so.
Damn.
man, you never know who you date, man. What happened to just going out with somebody that was on MySpace? What happened with MySpace is there. Don't you miss MySpace?
But you all have to be, as men, you have to be aware of,
Yeah, I'm teaching my son now. I said,
Yeah.
listen, you got people that's predators out there, and like you playing ball now, and you know, he wants to be president.
Yeah.
So he wants to go to Harvard, yeah, he wants to be president.
It could be.
And he wants to go to Harvard, and I was like, well, what happened to Duke? He said, no, I want something that's gonna get me 7 figures off the rip. I was like,
Okay,
I said, but you gotta watch these over here too.
Okay.
I said, you know what I mean? You got people that set out and hunt.
Anytime you find a woman, and let me just put this out here for the general audience, especially African Americans are not aware of paganism, witchcraft, Wicca. From, October 31st until like November the 4th or the 5th, if they are so into Halloween, if they are so into it, you watch it, and if they even, you have witches in churches, African American churches. You have witches in the church.
Warlocks?
Yeah, oh, yeah. I had a professor sitting on my he was one of my supervisors when I was a graduate assistant. But he is a huge pastor with 2 churches, but he has an email that says #1 wizard. Yeah, I mean, yeah, #1 wizard. So they're wizards, warlocks, and witches. And so and she attended several churches. And if you look at, I'm not saying.
Was she a preacher or something?
Exactly, and they sometimes call it high priestess, okay? And it's not, people say, oh, hallelujah.
That was after she killed Ring.
Right.
She said, oh, she got saved.
So that might have been,
That's what most.
elevated
They
her.
just committed crime, then, like, all right, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
Well, let's go beyond the witch. I think the bitch is just crazy.
I think so.
Okay, I think the bitch is demonic.
I think so.
Okay,
Witchcraft.
she probably, yeah, it is.
Mhm.
I think the bitch did travel around on the broom. I don't know. But to take the life of your children's father, I'm calling her a bitch now.
Yeah, she is.
Okay, you ruthless. There is no limit to what you're capable of doing.
Exactly.
Do you think that in this 7-year period prior to Betty Ray getting arrested, she thought she had gotten away with it?
I think she thought she was on the person. She plotting on that. She got rid of the one that was here, at the Brown. She went on to Texas, got with somebody, you know.
Well, she married, and I always think, and I know Reginald Robinson, he's with the Shelby County Sheriff's Department. I think that she married him because he was law enforcement, and maybe he could hear some things that she needed to hear.
At big time.
Because she only stayed married to him 7 months.
Long
Okay.
enough to hear.
And he moved out of his house, his wife and dad, moved into her house, took his dog and his furniture, and he gets a call.
Did you say she took his dog?
She took his dog.
That's a baby. You better touch your dog and the dog. from the
Y'all
back.
love dogs.
She is wrong, man. And now the dog talking about you, bitch, don't kill me.
Let's go.
He's so silly.
The dog can feel this like,
They're gonna have the dog talking, gonna have a black bar on her.
What can they do? What can they do?
Then she goes and marries this guy. No, she didn't marry him. Kelvin Cowens.
The music producer?
No, he was working for the Tri-State Defender. He's a writer. In fact, he wrote a story about, they had a 2-year relationship. See, all this, they married fast.
Yeah, see, I look coochie be big easy, man. I thought ants make her like a lot move for the queen, but
She married him, stayed married with him 7 months. Originally gets a call, somebody's at his house. Better raise that, because he's a yard man. Okay, he trimming the
you trimming a lot.
he trimming the grass. He's there, he helped, and Reginald ain't got no idea she gonna leave. Okay? Billy Ray is there helping the new man load the truck up. She took all Reginald's stuff and the dog, and she goes to Houston with Calvin. She stays in Houston for a short period of time. Now she's married to this guy, Tim Robertson, who has not shown up in Memphis.
He ain't gonna show up all day.
You don't think so?
I wouldn't,
Would
would
you?
you? No. I would, I'd be like, look,
I would just.
I don't know.
I would tuck-
I gotta get this a no.
I would tuck that marriage in my undergarment.
Man, how long was that? This
I
last
think they married,
3-4 hours?
July last year.
I would nullify it.
I think they married in July of last year.
Beg for it.
No, he should learn, even when Lorenzo kept catching it. I mean, if I was me, I would've looked and said, don't you get tired, damn. No, I mean, it's a day and night.
Again, still, I mean, I would be tired of the dangers of catching something, or whatever. It
I don't
was,
think-
it was just, it
I don't
would
think
be.
demons think about that. They
No.
they collect.
Well, see, you know, now, see, but when I call it voodoo coochie, okay, she casts a spell on these guys. See, first of all, I don't want you, if I think you done killed your last man.
I have an interesting question
Okay,
for you.
okay.
If it was so powerful, the man that she wanted so badly, she couldn't keep.
That's because it was lackluster too after a while, you know, even a new car,
But she
you got
still-
that many miles on
she
it, you
wanted
get to
him.
see all the work that
That's
needs to
true.
be out there.
But she wanted him for life. She needed him. for
Because of
life.
money,
And think of the other men, none of them, I mean.
they all serve the purpose.
Yeah.
That's what you
If you
mean.
find yourself another woman, and you, Alexis, Bradley's a fine looking woman, okay, you can break the spell.
Yeah, you can, cause you got,
Yeah.
don't forget Sarah, he had her, he had, what's her friend
Mandy.
name? That other tall one, though, that tall one in Atlanta, black chick from Detroit. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa. Man, that girl stood up, all you can do is pray, you was like, oh, Lord, God, thank you for this blessing I am about to receive. Oh, that ain't from here, for the. Never going to-
But I think that at a point, cause let's go back, he met her in high school,
Yeah.
okay?
Now, he was in high school, she was out.
I mean, well, yeah, he was in high school. She prayed on him, and I started reading the book.
Those are predatory
It's the
situations.
most boring ass book I've ever read. I'm in about chapter 2. It's boring. But it tells, when I read it from what I read, and I need to be bored tonight, so I'm gonna read it. It's the story,
Yeah.
okay?
Her version.
Yeah, she's Sharon Robertson in the book. But I think that Lorenzen grew tired of her.
I'm sure.
Okay, he grew tired. He grew tired of some of the things that was happening. He had been, I think that he was miserable probably the whole relationship after a while. I think that you get 7 babies, okay?
7.
Seven
Think about
babies.
all the others, snip, gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, before
Seven,
and after.
you
enjoy
get
it.
7 babies to hold on to the man,
Mm-hmm.
okay? $26,000 a month child support, 10,000 for her. That's $36,000
But you know-
for a woman you don't even like.
But from her perspective, her self-worth, God bless her, I'm not saying anything negative, but my self-esteem would be to the floor. That all I've done, and of course, being a mother is the best thing God could bestow upon a woman, but I've done nothing else besides just breathe like a hamster.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
It would
but-
behoove me, I would be totally depressed.
yeah, you'd be depressed.
Indeed, I would be.
So do you think that she was addicted to sex?
I think, I was about to, she's addicted to.
Who could like sex
I did.
that much?
Yeah, well, I mean,
I'm a prude.
I'm just saying.
Just saying.
If you got a car that's nice, you're gonna drive it. I didn't see what he saw in that car, though, that was not a nice car.
You
That
see-
was Sarah was
you see-
let's
So,
call it down. See, it's not nice,
but when you got a millionaire husband and you take your bloody coochie over to the man that's
Yeah.
living at home with his mama,
Ditches. and
it's, that ain't normal.
No, it's not. It's
The
not.
average woman don't wanna give up none on her period.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so,
her-
and,
And the man don't wanna be in there.
right.
So
But
that's-
you just had a baby, you bleeding, you
And
know.
it's not your baby
You
blood?
don't put ketchup on a hot dog. It's always nothing.
Oh, Lord. So who would again, who would want to, that's very, very unclean on his part, every part.
Everybody.
Because who would have wanted,
But maybe it was a sensation, two sensations. First of all, you got Lorenzo Wright's wife, okay?
Yeah.
And then you got this woman, see, this probably ain't his first time he got it, he probably got it before he got bloody. And it was good before it was bloody.
And then he was like, what is this?
gross.
Somebody got your awfully with it. No. Sorry.
We're gonna take a commercial break, and we'll be back right here on the Thaddeus Matthews Show to wind it on down.
Oh, and I'm gonna reset this again. That was funny.
because y'all was too much.
No, we ain't playing together, they gonna play in us both. I'm gonna be in Facebook jail with that, 'cause we both gonna be sitting there. Like, what happened?
God, right?
All I said was.
What happened to free speech? Man.
Oh, my.
Yeah, I know that.
That's why I kept moving and trying to adjust. DDD on Facebook. Damn it, just watch the damn show. Don't be the fucking engineer. Okay? You can hear us playing now. I've got the tablets a little bit further back tonight because so we can get everybody in. Yes, it is cold in this studio.
I said in color, it feels right in here to me.
It does?
Yeah,
It feels-
perfect
I
color.
feel some air in my head.
This-
I like my house cold, right? Last time
See,
I
when y'all got them,
like
when y'all got
bear
them
cat.
cheap ass phones and stuff, y'all can't hear shit,
Yeah,
okay?
cut your ears up.
Pay your cricket bill on time and your minutes. They cut some of your stuff down when you don't pay your minutes on time. You have to go get you some. I know tomorrow the first of the month, y'all get you some, y'all get y'all some new minutes.
That's my
Thank you, Jesus.
cricket bill out.
Oh,
And again, to those of you that are on social media, and especially those of you on Instagram, I forgot about y'all a couple of times, because you're further away, you only stay on 1 hour at a time. Facebook, I am in Facebook jail because of the position I took on Yo Gotti. So we're using all the mediums that we have, we're on the church site. If you enjoyed this show and you wanna go back, go to my YouTube, Thaddeus Matthews YouTube channel. It's going to be on YouTube forever now. So just do it. Anything we missed? Anything we missed?
I'm sorry, man. I'm watching the commercial. I was like, you did a good job on it, though. I'm sitting back. Yeah, because you keep the focus on that. That's hard for a lot of people to do that.
I like a tuxedo jacket.
He said, I'll be sharp when I get my thing on. Oh, man. What I was thinking that we missed, though,
We got one quick reflection and we're right back.
Okay. Is what?
the reason that he came home in the first place. And Mario was saying that he didn't want to come in the first place. She kept saying something was going on.
20 seconds.
Wasn't this what we were reciting for one?
It was something that was going on for one of the kids.
Right.
And he ended up coming back, so, that is, I.
10 seconds. You got 5, 4, 3, 2.
And I'd like to take this opportunity as we're winding down to wish Cheryl Robertson, Robertson, a happy birthday.
It's her birthday.
Tomorrow will be her birthday.
All right, nobody that is born on that day tomorrow come to the club and talk to me at all. I do not, matter of fact, what is this sign? What is that, Aquarius?
No, it's crazy.
Wait, that's not Aquarius.
All Aquarius,
I'll-
don't do
You
this.
Aquarius?
Yes,
What month? January?
February.
February.
Oh, Lord.
So, I hope, maybe they give her some cake.
I'm sure she eats some cake right now, at least some pie.
These guys.
You think old Bertha will turn out?
Already, buddy. She probably came and saw Bertha. She was like, I'm gonna be here a few weeks. Come here. I ain't even Miss Sharon. No.
But as we wind it down, have we missed anything?
The reason he came here in the first.
Okay, yeah. and I heard that he was coming to Memphis, he didn't want to come to Memphis. I think his daughter, was having a recital,
Okay.
okay?
I'm wondering, yes, what, I was trying to remember which one.
So when he came to town, where did he stay on this trip?
He had not gotten to that court yet. I don't think.
Cause he went over to old boy's house, I don't think he had checked in, you know? Because I was in Utah, cause when I hear, yeah, cause I had a show in Utah, I was the only black person there, but anyway, it's a whole different. I was like,
You're the only one.
yeah, I thought I saw another black person, I was like, there you go, then I was like, oh, that's an Indian. So, he was like, this is such a terrible mistake, I am not black. I feel bad for it.
And they were darking and everybody coming they black. Like, well, shut up.
You're like, oh, this does not feel well.
Look.
Terrible news for you.
So you don't think that he had checked in anywhere?
No, he had checked.
He
I don't
had
think
not, no.
So he came straight to Memphis?
I know it was somebody,
Straight
he
to
was
her house?
kinda, I think he had some friends here.
Okay.
Still, I think he kinda went to visit that.
Okay.
I'm trying not to say the names,
Yeah.
but he went to, test drive that car.
So Cheryl goes back to court on the 26th. She has not hired an attorney as of yet.
Uh-huh.
Do you think, other than her sister,
Mhm.
who her husband called and said she got magic coochie too, do you think that she has assets to money?
I don't think so. From what I'm seeing from outside looking in, I think he was basically the caboose for all of it. And I think that drove her to do the things that she did. When she meet a person, everybody had a purpose. This guy was to give her the information while she was married to him. This guy,
Well,
to
why
get her
not
out
go
of the
get
city.
another, go
You
up
can't
from
move that fast. When they watching you, all right, let's see, because everybody, come on, everybody in that church, I ain't the only one. When you walked in, first thing you looked at Cheryl, you said to yourself what? When you looked at Cheryl at his funeral.
I said she did.
All right, and what did I do?
You were gonna spit in her face.
Yeah, we said we wasn't gonna talk about the spit in the
Okay.
face. Nothing.
What did I
I sneezed, because I had you
Yeah.
poo-poo.
You spit in her face?
I don't recall any of this.
No.
I don't recall. Yeah,
Somebody's pulling
every
her
hour.
back.
Yeah.
And,
So-
yeah.
I mean, you look at that whole, you look at the funeral, you look at, I looked at the days prior to the body being found.
Mhm.
I didn't get the right vibe, because I called it 7 years ago, because my radio station, we went down and broadcast live from the scene.
Yeah.
I didn't get the vibe, because even though you're divorced,
Yeah.
you got six
Connection.
children, you've had seven,
Yeah.
but you got, there's a everlasting bond
Yeah.
there, even if it's not intimate,
Yeah.
there's something there that holds
You
you
together.
together.
If a person is sane, they can have that bond, but if they have not, if there are varied reasons that could make it impossible for them to bond.
Mhm.
If something happened early on where they are,
Like getting caught with your stitches on somebody else's bed. No, I thought that. That'll make you bond.
You're not gonna being clinical, but technically,
Yeah.
if something happened to her
Mhm.
where she might have been a narcissist,
Okay.
or she might have been, just schizophrenic, or whatever the case may be. I don't know, I'm not diagnosing her or speaking badly about her directly. If someone had that problem, then they're not gonna be able to bond with anyone
Mhm.
because they're just not all together there. There could be isms and schisms everywhere, which will block you from having that sort of connection with anyone really and truly. You can go through the motions of having children, because, of course, giving birth is a very long process, which is similar to having a bowel movement.
Yeah.
So
That's a long
any
bowel.
unintelligent person can do that.
Mhm.
So, but the bonding part,
Yeah.
that takes a very, very special and, intact, healthy person.
Yeah, and it has to go with, there's two things that, he wasn't whoa by her. And when I say whoa, it's three things that's supposed to whoa you. Your wife, or your mate, whichever way you want to say it, your children, huge blessing in all of
It
itself.
is, so, yeah.
And what you do for it.
Yeah.
All three of those things are supposed to roll.
When that one key thing
Yeah.
is not there, you're always looking for it.
And, well, you can say, you can raise somebody young, and they're gonna think you the greatest ever because they have not experienced that. And then when they get used to it,
And see other beautiful women.
other beautiful women that are
Because
really
he was-
beautiful for
He
real,
was
not hiding.
captivated by a woman's mind.
Yeah.
you know.
Was it?
Oh, he loves smart women
He loves smart women and pretty women.
and conservative women, so she.
Well,
When I say he likes to see a woman, well, no,
No,
all of y'all do that at night.
Not really, you know, I mean,
But I
at
mean-
one time,
Think of all the other, think of like Amber,
yeah,
right,
yeah, absolutely.
and all the other.
Amber was, yeah,
Who's Amber?
nobody.
Okay.
She was nice.
Very conservative, and the
She
other
was
girl that
very-
worked for
As,
ESPN.
as,
Denise,
Yep,
Denise, from Detroit.
Let's call the damn roll.
Oh,
As we wind down, what would you like, he was your friend, what would you like to see, both of you really? You had a close relationship with him. What would you like to see happen to Cheryl?
I would like, not only her, everybody that was involved. I want them all broken down like a man from. I do not want her to get a light sentence. I don't want them to cut a deal. I don't even want her to die. I want her to suffer at least 10, 12 years, then light up. They said,
Well, even if you get the death penalty,
yeah.
it takes damn near forever.
Yeah, you gotta feed them that long stay. Sometimes it's
But-
stay to stay,
but-
let
but
me
you're-
do it.
But you're on death row.
Yeah.
It's 23-1.
You know, you
Okay.
gotta sit there with a doggone liver. I be just giving her just a little juice at a time.
But you would like to see her do time.
Oh, I would love to see her do time. She's right, I mean, come on. You took away not only your kid's father, your husband, but you took away from the city that loved this man. Not only city, people love this man around the world. And he did good around the world, and every time he would do something good, he would come up and take something bad and take it back, or do something to bring him down.
but let's think about this for a minute, though. I mean, this is gonna be a different turn of it for me.
Come up a little bit.
This is gonna be probably a different, response than anybody would expect, but how much, okay?
Yeah.
How much mercy does God offer all of us, right?
Yeah.
We do things that,
So what you saying, Wendy?
what, I know, here's what I'm saying. is that-
Tell me what you're saying.
I'm just saying there are three sides. There's God's side, there is Lorenzo's side, which he's not here to tell, we're trying to tell, and there's her side. And if, in fact, hypothetically, if there's some things wrong with her, like mentally ill.
Ain't nothing wrong with that bitch.
I was just about to say it. I was like, look, I don't care if she got a helmet on with some cowboy boots on a little tiny tricycle and a big banana hanging out the back of
You
her
can
butt.
pad up the
Her
damn
ass
sail.
going to jail.
Pad the sail.
But yeah, she going to jail.
She ain't crazy.
Going in crazy.
And then when you deal with even when you deal with the insanity,
Yeah, man, even God said back going, I don't know, don't be praying.
damn, left.
No.
But look, even when you deal with the plea of insanity, they gonna lock your ass up till you get some sense.
Yeah, and she ain't gonna get no sense. You sitting there in court like this.
And then the thing is, you wasn't crazy at the time you died because it's too calculated.
Exactly, and not only that, dig this. She was in there like, when they was waiting, I remember she did that about the wheelchair. But before she even did, she was standing there wiggling her legs and everything and her feet. And then they called her, she did this head like I can't, wow. And then they called her again, she switched the other leg and she was limping on the other leg. I was like, well, which one is it, 50 Cent? Because she walking with her left, but we don't know which one.
But you know, all of that behavior though, I mean, let's just face all the behavior.
That's cocaine
we're-
behavior.
Okay, now see, you're an expert as far as knowing.
Well, not an expert on
Not from
cocaine.
your
Now, you talking about weed, I can tell you. From what I heard.
From knowing, from seeing people.
But seeing it firsthand,
Right,
yeah.
that's what I mean.
Yeah, I've seen that firsthand, and it's not a pretty thing, and that's that
It
kind of
breaks them
behavior.
down.
Oh, man, it takes you from one end to another.
I think her arrest in California came as a surprise to her.
She didn't have her hair done.
I think when they talk about, Sam. Weed works wonders on me. But I think that she was so used, even in her mind,
To get away.
she had programmed in her mind that she committed the perfect crime.
Yeah.
I don't think that she started to feeling worried until Billy Ray
Got caught.
was arrested.
And that's what she was.
Now, the lawyer for Billy Ray stated the other day, there's 20,000 pages of information on this case. And that there were wiretaps
Oh,
involved. This is what her lawyer, his lawyer says the other day,
I would-
that there were wiretaps
Uh-huh.
involved. I think she was probably still using the same cell phone,
dummy.
Yeah, me.
okay? She was still using the same cell phone,
Lord forgive me, but just not.
and she hadn't thrown that one away. And I think, because the neighbors in California, in Riverside, were talking about, she walked up and down the street hollering on the phone,
And pajama pants,
in her pajamas.
all the time.
Trying to get that line.
But I think that once he got arrested, it shook her foundation,
Yeah.
okay? Am I next?
But do you really think, let's go where we're going again, that a man based on, if it's his freedom or yours?
It's gonna be mine.
Yeah.
So,
Yep, 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 yep.
I don't know how you could think that.
We finna have a singing contest, and I'm gonna be the winner. But see,
Jubilee Hummingbird.
here's
Mighty Cloud.
the situation he finds himself in. I think he's stalling on a plea. Naturally, right now you come out the gate with not guilty.
Mhm.
But I think, see, now the third guy, the unnamed,
Where is he?
guy.
Where is he?
in prison, from what I'm understanding, he was doing federal time.
Okay.
Okay, I'm hearing that his last name is Bridgeport. He's already cut a deal,
Mm.
okay? Hell, why would I tell you where to go on it unless
If you cut the deal.
if I ain't getting nothing out of it,
I ain't gonna tell you that.
okay, he done cut a deal.
So they
That's
gonna
the
let him
reason,
go soon.
that's the reason he's the unnamed co-conspirator, okay?
Yeah. But they know who it is.
Right, Billy Ray needs to cut a deal, because Billy Ray is a former convicted drug dealer.
Is he?
Yeah,
Okay.
when you pull his record, you see all of his drug charges.
Yeah.
Do you think she could have owed someone some money?
No.
Okay.
They, look, I'm gonna tell you why that theory go out before.
Mhm.
You went to Atlanta to kill this man.
Okay.
He got insurance. She wasn't gonna have him killed unless she was getting paid. I don't care what you say. It wasn't no, ooh, I
Do you
love you
think
so
it was
much,
possible?
can't nobody else have you. It was like, I love living this lifestyle, and you about to dip, and this money's gonna go a certain
Well, see,
way.
she didn't get the money till the next year, Allstate paid, paid the $1 million.
But-
Now, I think she's probably still, probably was still getting a portion of his
NBA pension.
NBA pension.
That's a good pension.
That's a very good thing.
Good pension.
Comics don't have it.
All right, I need you to give me some tickets for the show.
All right, how many you need?
Look, 2 or 3, 4,
I
5,
got
6 or 7.
I got you, whatever you need.
They may not, after me talking about that, they may not even let me in the place. No,
Who? No, no, they
Yeah.
don't let you in.
but
We got
you're
you,
gonna be in
whatever you need,
Chocos.
yeah.
Tomorrow night, what time is the show?
7:30.
7:30. Friday night,
7:30 and 10:30.
7:30 to 10:30. And then Sunday.
I'm done. I'm in Minnesota at the Super
I thought you were
Bowl.
there for 3 nights.
No, I can't do it, I don't feel safe.
He loves
You're not there Saturday night?
No, I'm there Saturday, but not Sunday.
Oh, and that's Sunday. What time are you there Saturday?
Saturday, I am there 7:30 and 10:30.
Are you there Friday?
Friday, 7:30,
I probably
10:30.
would gonna stay here till Friday.
Yeah. And for the people who listen in Montgomery, Alabama, myself and RJ Group, we're gonna be down there Valentine's Day.
Lester is also a nice man. He gave me a birthday party. Where you like?
Yeah, what was
Surprise
that?
birthday
Yeah,
party.
that was cool.
What was it, 2008?
I forgot how long that was, man.
Yeah.
And look, my other guests, Wendy Wilson and Wendy and I have not always got along.
Oh, really?
But you know what?
What?
I love you, Dad.
Okay.
I don't know who called you and told you them stories, but you know what? I prayed for you and I never stopped supporting you.
I think y'all need to have a killer coochie mama.
Your name ain't Robinson, is it? You get the Robinson in your family?
No, God, no.
To all you guys out there, if you got a woman whose name is Robinson,
Run.
check the coochie out. Yeah, check it
Get that hood
out.
up.
Hey, but look, I appreciate both of y'all coming on the show. Lester Bibbs, comedian, y'all go out and see him. I'm gonna try to get there Saturday night, but you know, I have to get up and preach something.
Oh, man.
And, you know, the game is the Super Bowl. My team didn't win.
Who was your team?
Steelers.
Oh, yeah, I thought they was gonna.
Yeah, I did too.
Jacksonville
So
surprise.
Sunday morning's message is recovering from a bad season. That's gonna be the Sunday morning message, recovering from a bad season. Naked Truth Liberation and Empowerment Ministries, 3835 Raleigh Millerton Road. I didn't get a chance to do all the other stuff I normally wanted to do, but I had such interesting guests on the show. Thank you so very much for watching on tonight. Those of you who would like to go back and watch the show, subscribe to the Thaddeus Matthews YouTube channel. Yes, on my main page, I'm back in Facebook jail for another 30 days.
Man.
I was out for 2, but we're gonna use the church site as long as we can. Instagram, thank you so very much. Somebody says, stop telling everybody you a Steelers fan. It's embarrassing. I might even preach in my Steelers stuff. I wish I had a Steeler road. I don't preach on the road, but I might come, I might put on my Steeler gear Sunday morning. Cause I got $100.
At least your team made the play.
Yeah, I got $100 on the game anyway. So
Oh, really? Who you
on the board, I don't care who win, and I put it on the little board down in my spot.
Yeah.
Okay, Memphis Knights. So they got a $500 lottery. I don't care who wins now.
Yeah.
Hey, look, thank y'all so very much. Until tomorrow
Thank
evening,
you all.
top of the evening to you.
See y'all
Love you,
later.
Memphis.
See you at the show.
Well, that was great.
That was fun. Killer Coochie is not good for you. They need to have a killer. You gotta get you some shirts with that. And
You
brand.
need to.
Killer Coochie.
Branded.
And put
Get
a,
it branded.
you know how you put the X,
Yeah.
have Killer Coochie and then it like.
Not that
goes
picture I
up.
sent with the, with the money on her face. Put that picture up.
Oh, the one I made up, the one that her face was wrapped in
You
dollars.
see, I did the half of it, right? And I said, did they show you that?